Hello drone video fans, and this 7.5 minute video is going to highlight two of my old FPV racers, first person view racers. On the left you see my very first home built FPV racer. It's a ZMR250, 1806 motors, 12 amp individual ESCs, 3S Tyrannus 9X deep radio. And on the right is was the Ideafly F210, courtesy of the DJ of Soul Force Quads. We're flying first the ZMR250, which, you know, neither of these I'd really had a chance to fly FPV. I've always flown them line of sight because I never had a pair of goggles that would allow me to put them over my glasses and be able to fly. So and we've never even put them into Acro mode. We've always either flown them in angle or horizon, but you know, now that we have a pair of the FXT Viper goggles that do fit over my glasses and I can actually see, I decided it was time to take these out. The weather's been really bad, you know, for flying and getting any kind of video. So you can see here that we're definitely in Acro because it didn't come automatically back to a horizontal. And so when you're flying in, for those of you not familiar, if you're flying in Acro mode, there is no self-stabilization. So you pretty much have to be flying at 100% of the time. And we're up at a local school field, and since schools are no longer in session, the perfect time to get out here and try this. So we're just again in Acro, and that hesitation roll there is again something you can only do if you're in Acro mode, because if you tried to do that in you know, angle or horizon, well, first of all, you couldn't do it in angle, but if you tried to do it in horizon mode, it would just complete the roll. Some of you remember one of my last flights with the ZMR, flying, attempting to fly through those goalposts, and I hit one of the uprights smack on and broke the camera. So we had to replace the camera, we had to replace the VTX, and a couple of things like that. So, you know, this flight here is a checkout flight, as well as you know, flying for the first time with my FPV goggles. And we're, as you can see, I wouldn't say rusty as much as inexperienced, because as I said, this is the first time I've had a chance to actually fly with fly in Acro with you know, goggles on my face instead of flying line of sight. So we're getting the hang of it here, testing it out. It still probably needs some tweaking and tuning, and we're heading back to the basketball court where we're sitting on a chair in order to keep from falling over. And we're going to land it here, and now we're going to take off with the Ideafly. I think this is the Ideafly F210, which is a 4S system. I'll know for sure here once I see the camera. But neither one of these has extremely good video. It's partly due to the cameras that are on board, and again, there's a hesitation roll, and I'm thinking maybe this is still the ZMR250, which by today's standards of FPV racers is grossly underpowered, you know, both with the 3S battery and the size of the motors, but it still gets around, and if under the right conditions, it can still fly pretty well. We're moving along pretty good here and are able to put it through the goalposts and have a little fun with it. It's not the fastest, and it's not the most acrobatic, but we needed to get out and do some flying because the weather's been so bad, and I really couldn't fly any of the camera quad. So this was a good chance to get out and get some flight time and experience with the FPV racers, and to test out the new goggles that I got, which slip right over the top of my glasses and allow me to see. There's a little backflip, I guess. So you can see the basketball court there in the lower left, and I'm not sure what we're lining up to do over here, but usually they have a tendency to get plenty of altitude, especially if you're going to do some kind of a hesitation maneuver. Building up my courage to do some power loops and split S's and stuff like that, but I think we have some tuning to do before we get to that point. We're definitely flying the F210, which is a 4S quad at this point here. It's got a little bit better camera. Well, actually a lot better camera than the ZMR250. I had to replace the VTX and it as well. I can't remember what happened to it. We were going to try to do a 4-point roll there, but we missed the stopping points there. That one was a little bit better stopping on the horizontal than and then we overshot the completion of it. So a lot of this acro flying takes just a lot of practice. You probably have seen guys out there flying that have much better acro videos of doing all kinds of crazy gyrations, but they fly pack after pack after pack and put in a lot of hours in order to get to that proficiency. And there was a 3-point roll, so we're getting closer. Anyways, we're going to have to keep on practicing, and hope that we get the hang of this eventually. Thanks for stopping by and watching, and come back again soon.